My preceptor at the Department of Psychiatry, the School of Medicine in Prague, received a large box of ampules from a pharmaceutical company in Switzerland called Sandoz. It was LSD-25. My preceptor was also very interested in electroencephalography. So everybody who wanted LSD had to have the EEG done before, during, and after. But he was specifically interested in something that was called driving the brainwaves or entraining the brainwaves, which means exposing people to powerful stroboscopic light and then trying to find out if the brainwaves in the suboccipital area would pick up the frequency that you are feeding in, if you can control the brainwaves through powerful stroboscopic light. So I also had to agree that I would have my brainwaves driven in the middle of this experiment. What it meant specifically was that between the third and the fourth hour, when this experience was culminating, this research assistant came and said it was time to drive the brainwaves and took me into a little room. I lay down, she put the electrodes on my head and then brought this gigantic strobe and turned it on. And in the next moment there was light like I had never seen in my life. At the time, the best image I had was this is what it must have been like in Hiroshima, where the bomb went off. Today, I think it was more like the Dharmakaya, the primary clear light from the Tibetan Book of the Dead that we supposedly see at the moment of our death. My consciousness was catapulted out of my body. I lost the research assistant, I lost the clinic, I lost Prague, I lost the planet. And then I had the feeling I became one with all of existence. I became one with everything there was. When I came back from this experience and I compared it with the influence that psychoanalysis had on me, there was no comparison. I knew that I was one kind of person in the morning and another kind of person in the evening. And I decided, since I'm stuck with psychiatry, this is by far the most interesting thing I can study, these non-ordinary states of consciousness. So it's not now more than 50 years since that first experience. And I have done professionally very little during those 50 years that would not be related in one way or another to these non-ordinary states. About half of the time was the work with clinical work with psychedelics. And then when we were at Esselen, my wife Christina, who is here with us, and I developed what we call holotropic breath work. Christina and I have also worked with people who had spontaneous episodes of these non-ordinary states and came to the conclusion on the basis of our work with holotropic breathwork and psychedelics that there is a significant subcategory of these spontaneous non-ordinary states that are currently labeled as psychosis, but they can be better understood as crisis of transformation or crisis of spiritual opening.